EALA is pleased to be back again to the beautiful city of Kigali, which we consider as our home. We commenced our meetings on 23rd of November 2023 and will run until 7th December 2023, after which we will embark on the 13th Interparliamentary Games, which are being hosted by our host, the Parliament of Rwanda, from 8th to 19th December 2023. Article 55 of the Treaty for Establishment of the East African Community provides that the meetings of the Assembly shall be held at such times and places as the Assembly may appoint, but at least once in every year in Arusha, Tanzania. EALA is therefore in Kigali, Rwanda, in line with the principle of rotational sittings of the Assembly, aimed at bringing the community closer to the people. I now take this opportunity to invite the Right Honorable Donatilla Mukabalisa, Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies, to make her remarks.
With my few remarks, I wish to express our great pleasure and appreciation at the presence of our brothers and sisters from East African Legislative Assembly with us for a few weeks, which provide us with an opportunity to reflect on our achievements as a community, engage in discussions regarding matters of regional concern, and chart a course for the continued growth and development of our community. Honorable members of East African Legislative Assembly, as you are gathered in Kigali for this session, it is important to acknowledge the context in which the Assembly have chosen to operate, as it demonstrates the understanding that your mission and responsibility extend beyond the meeting rooms and plenary halls. Last Saturday, we saw with admiration a massive participation of East African Legislative Assembly members in community works, umuganda, working hand in hand in a joyful atmosphere with residents of Masaka sector, planting trees to prevent erosion. I truly believe that there is no better way of reaching out than joining citizens within their own communities. Honorable members, we sincerely appreciate your presence and contribution.
It is with great pleasure and honor that I now execute my humble duty to welcome you, Right Honorable Prime Minister, to address EALA on behalf of His Excellency President Paul Kagame today, Wednesday, 29th day of November 2023. You are welcome.
Right Honorable Joseph Ntakirutimana, Speaker of the East African Legislative Assembly, Right Honorable Francois Xavier Karinda, President of the Rwandan Senate, Right Honorable Donatilla Mukabalisa, Speaker, Chamber of Deputies, Honorable Ministers and senior government officials, Honorable members of the Assembly, Dr. Peter Matuki, Secretary General of the East African Community, distinguished guests, a very good morning and welcome to Kigali. On behalf of His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of the Republic of Rwanda, I am pleased to address you today on this occasion of the second meeting of the second session of the 5th East African Legislative Assembly sitting in Kigali. It's our pleasure to welcome you to Rwanda. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate you, Right Honorable Speaker, and members of the Assembly on your election to the 5th East African Legislative Assembly. I wish you all a fruitful term in the service of the people of the East African community. This assembly meeting takes place at a turning point for our community when the speed and pace of integration has gained momentum. I take as examples the implementation of single custom territory under the customs union, the free movement of people under the common market, and the progress in implementing the monetary union protocol. We note with appreciation and satisfaction the substantial progress made in the implementation of community projects and the programs. We also commend the legislative achievements this assembly has made in enabling a stronger integration process. In this regard, the people of the East African community have high expectations for its governing bodies, especially in ensuring that the integration process brings positive and meaningful changes in their lives. Particularly, changes in favor of a community that is functional, accountable, and that put available resources to optimal use of benefit of all. These are the aspirations of the people you have the honor of serving. Therefore, timely and effective implementation of EAC projects and the program is a priority. This will boost intra-EAC trade, competitiveness, and ease of doing business across the region. Allow me to take this opportunity to acknowledge our community's achievements since the operationalization of the EAC Custom Union 18 years ago. The results are commendable and show a significant increase in intra-East African community trade from $5.8 billion in 2013 to $10.9 billion in 2022. And this is a big achievement. However, despite this progress, outstanding non-tariff barriers continue to raise the cost of doing business, which puts our region at a disadvantage. We are aware of our community's budgetary and funding constraints. Therefore, there is an urgent need to find a sustainable financing mechanism to offset these challenges. And this was also discussed in the last summit in Arusha. It is equally urgent for the Assembly, as the oversight organ of the community, to take the lead in ensuring that our resources are utilized efficiently. As the partner states continue to invest resources in the integration process, expectations to reap the fruits of this investment grow stronger. Therefore, it is important for all the organs and institutions of the community to put budgeted resources to proper use to achieve the intended objectives. To conclude, I would like to emphasize once again the commitment of the government of Rwanda to the EAC integration process. We remain hopeful for the fulfillment of the aspirations entrusted by our people at the creation of this community. I thank you so much.
I would like to really appreciate the President of the Republic of Rwanda for instilling laws and regulations among communities. Because when I'm here, Umuganda is very popular, and everyone is responsible for the cleanness of their communities, including tree planting. So we cannot talk about taking action on climate change without taking action in our local communities. And I think that is one of the things that we can replicate from Rwanda. And besides that, in Rwanda, you cannot enter with the plastic. So there's total ban of plastic here. And I think that as the region, as the East African region, we have to adopt the single-use plastic ban, because we've seen that it has been a success in Kigali, it has been a success in Rwanda, and Rwanda is one of the exemplary countries in Africa in terms of ban on plastics. Plastics are not only dangerous to our human health, but also dangerous for our methane life, the marine life. So I think these two are a good take-home for us while we are in Uganda. And being an advocate of climate change and an advocate on total single-use plastic ban, I have loved the way, the modus operandi of Rwanda.
We have been in Kigali now since last week. Last week on Saturday, we attended a community activity in Mugunda in an area called Masaka. And we are very happy to be here. We are looking to deliberate some important EAC business, and we will be concluding our meeting on 8th of December. But following the completion of the 8th of December meeting, then we will connect straight into the EAC Interparliamentary Games, which will commence on 8th of December, and they will have a duration of 12 days. So we are looking forward to interacting with the communities, but we are also looking forward to receiving members from the parliaments across the region to do sports, and in doing so, we will promote the EAC to the local community. In other EAC countries, we are having legislations that ban single-use bag, but not single-use plastic. So we want to extend that. And in other EAC countries also, the implementation or enforcement has not been to the level that has been desired. We are very concerned because the EAC, the littering of plastic is extensive. So we want to have action by the community to ensure that the single-use plastic is brought to an end, so that we take care of our environment.
And we are happy to be in the cleanest city in the world, that is Kigali. And hopefully when we form the United States of Africa, Kigali will be its capital city. I was there planting trees with the community there in Masaka, and we are so happy, and we have learned a lot that we can have homegrown solution for our problems. The world is facing the global warming. The world is facing this issue of climatic change, but Rwanda have come up with internal solution for their internal problem. The planting of trees is a lesson that I think the whole of East African community should adapt, the whole of Africa should adapt, and even the whole world should come and learn here in Rwanda. I've gone through the streets of Kigali. I've not seen any polythene paper. I've not seen any polythene bag. I've not seen any plastic bottles. I think this is a city that we need to learn from. The people of Rwanda are the people who should actually educate the whole world in terms of keeping our environment clean and in terms of mitigating the effect of global warming.
We have had enough of talking as members of parliament. I think it's time for us to begin to listen to the Council of Ministers, who in this case are vested with the responsibility of implementing policies, laws, motions, legislations that we pass. So I think that is going to be a major take-home for us during this plenary session, to hear from each member of council. We are going to ask very specific questions. For example, East Africans want to know, what are we doing with respect to single tourist visa? What are we doing with respect to one area network in order to reduce the cost of communication? How far have we gone with it? What are we doing with our commitments on issues of climate change? Because this parliament has moved motions and has requested for specific interventions from our partner states. What are we doing with respect to management of debt? This parliament has pronounced itself on the the dangers of debt in our different partner states. So there is going to be a raft of questions that we are going to be asking our Council of Ministers, and we expect that their responses will give us insights on what is going on with respect to these areas that are very critical to our integration.